let me just go back to the all right, boom. This is the preface. I'm just trying to show y'all that we read in the biblical, that we read in the Hebrew to English lexicon. It's the same one, the Oxford. Here, you see that Oxford University Press. Okay, this is the Oxford Hebrew to English Dictionary. All right, same one that I pulled that I pulled out and showed y'all in the class. Oh damn, my bad, y'all. I did the wrong thing. I was trying to zoom out of it so y'all can see. All right, Hebrew and English I say Hebrew and English Dictionary. This is the Hebrew and English lexicon of the Old Testament. Remember, I told y'all that General Q had gifted me the Hebrew and English lexicon of the Old Testament. Well, I went and found it online. Okay, and I'm sorry I didn't post the link in there for everybody to be able to come into the class and just participate. Let me put the invite in the chat. All right, or let me put it in the description. Maybe y'all can click it in the description real quick. All right, let me put this in the description. Maybe we have some luck there, getting people that want to come in to be able to come in. I'll put it up here first, or do I have it in here already? Here we go. I'll put the link right at the top of the description. All right, so I'll put it right here, right at the top. And hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Should have did this in the beginning of the class while I was playing that video. Right. So now, hold on. All right. Boom. Just give me a second. Thing. I'm just trying to put this link in there for everybody on every platform that we on for us to be able to have the link. Okay. Okay. All right. So, and like I said, Salaki, y'all, I know y'all be wanting to come in to the class. So I'm putting the link in now so that whoever wants to come in, y'all can come in. All right. Y'all can recite your alphabet, whatever you want to do. You want to ask a question about the Hebrew, all those things. All right. So I got the link in the description right now. Go ahead, click that link if you want to get into the class. All right. So let's keep going. So this is the Hebrew and English lexicon of the Old Testament. Okay. So let's go back to the character Ah. All right, here we go. Here we go, the character Ah. So I'm gonna zoom back in. So like I said, it's the it said that Ah used to mean 1,000. It just wasn't in the Old Testament times. It says that the character Ah is used in the number form as the number 1, and then also as the number 1,000. But I believe that's from the word alap. Alap is the cattle, is also used as 1,000. All right, the word alap is the written word of 1,000. Okay, it's probably because a damn cattle. You try to pick up a cattle, that thing is like weighing 1,000 pounds. So I can imagine why they would use it as that. So now let's go to the next character, to the next beginning connector. So the first beginning connector is the character Ah, is used as I or I am. All right. Now let's go to the character Ba. Okay. We're gonna go to page 89. All right. So I'm gonna skip down. We close. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna start at page 88. Okay, so character Ba. Where we at? Page 88. Is this it? Boom. The character Ba. So the character Ba is the second character, second letter in the alphabet, right? Post-biblical Hebrew number is the number 2. Of course, it says it's like in a Masoretic text, it It says the character ba is used as 2,000, but there's no evidence of this usage in old times. Now, that's just the introduction to it. Now, you see what it says here. Ba is used as a preposition. It goes at the beginning of the root word, okay? Goes at the beginning. All right. It says is used as in. So one of the ways, one of the usages of the character ba as a beginning connector is used as in. It's also used as at, by, on, with. You'll see here is used as notwithstanding. It's used as among, with, in, at, on, by, upon. You know, in different. Of course, upon is Old Quaker English, but you get what it's trying to say, right? So it's used as in. That's one of the ways that is used, right? And here's what it says here. In a place, it just gives a whole bunch of different ways that is used as in, okay? It even gives you here, right? It's used as in of a state or condition, whether material or mental, in, right? So it's showing you that it's used as in. So if we go to the next page, you're going to find some different usages of the character ba, or the rest of the usages of the character ba, right? Boom, 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 boom. I appeared unto them as God Almighty, right? It's saying it was used as here where it says as an inheritance, right? But it's used as to say, if I go up, it's a little bit more back to that other page. As to say, what was they trying to say? When, I believe. All right, it was when, and it was something else. Oh, all right, here it is. In the presence of the midst of a multitude among. Okay, so it's used as among, and all this I believe was in. All this is still in. That so when it said it was used as I believe is right here. It's still talking about the how it's used as in. And we just went down to the next page, and it said it was used as, but it'll give you a little bit more to it if you read, right? If you read, I read all of this, right? I just can't remember exactly where each one is at, but this one, but I remember that it was used as in. It was saying that when it's used as, when the usage is as, is because is a slang or a different way of saying in, right? So if you read this line right here, and rise up in my help, and rise up as my help, right? Cometh in a strong one, cometh as a strong one is a slang way to use it, and you'll see it once we get to some of the other usages. But if you can see, it's still saying right here that is used as in. It's even used as among. When I was trying to show you among, it's still saying in. One of the examples that it gave before when it was showing it, it was saying among the walls or among the something, right? And it was that was another way of saying in, like inside the walls. Oh, it said among the midst of them, right? So in the midst, among the walls of the city, in the walls of the city. Another thing, another way that it was used as, some ways it's used as through, but you'll see that further down. Right here is just one of the first ways that it shows it, and it's saying as through silver. That's another way of saying in silver, as through silver, as in silver. Another way, once they start going into through, you'll see how it's still used as in, how it's still in. And it said, because it gives a scripture, it gave a scripture where it said Abraham passed through the city. But the character Ba at the beginning was saying Abraham passed in the city. So it's the same way, it's just slang. That's what I was trying to tell you about how the language evolved and is used as multiple words. These big beginning connectors and these different connectors is used as multiple words because of our slang language. But what's so crazy is if you read this lexicon, like I read a ton of these, especially the one on Wa, Ba, I read damn near all of it. It's crazy how we form it into that. If you think about how we say the word smoke, right? You don't want no smoke, right? Smoke is harmful to you if you smoked. Smoke is dangerous because of a fire. Smoke is a sign of violence. You don't want any of the signs of violence when you're messing with the UPK. You don't want any smoke. Especially if brothers fresh out the Hebrew Academy is on there. It's inside of them. It's through them. it's among them. Right? You don't want any smoke. So, and I'm just trying to give y'all the understanding of the slang, right? Because once you get into our language, you'll see everything about our culture has to do with some type of slang when it comes to the language. Like the way you call a man a P-U-S-S-Y, it's the same way you called them that back then. You called them a female. And it meant he was a P-U. It literally says it in the damn thing, in the John. Right? When you look it up, it says it. It says of a cowardly man, a female. You call him Asha. You call him a B-I-T, a woman. That's how you call him a woman is a B-I-T, right? Because she's a female. You're calling her the female dog because of her actions. You calling the man a female because of his actions, saying he is the female body part. It's the exact same language. It did not change. You call a woman, literally, you call her a female dog. That is a Bible that comes from the Bible. The word is kalabah. Call it a B word in Hebrew. Kalabah. Kalab is dog. Call her kalabah, the female dog. That is a fact. That is a proven historical biblical fact. Christ called the woman a dog, a kalabah. And she said, yes, Lord, the white woman. Go ahead, Quatazah. Go ahead. I'm giving it to it's kalabah. Kalab is dog. Female dog is kalabah. It is the term used for the term they use for a woman. No. So for a man that you call him a P-U-S-S-Y, it says a timid, cowardly man in the lexicon. And when you look it up, the woman, what was the name? What was the term that they referred to her as? A shameless something else. Haughty or shameless woman. Literally that same thing. But the scripture says haughty. And I believe it says shameless. The lexicon was saying something. I can't remember the term. Well, let's look it up in the blue. Quatazah, you want to see this on the screen? They want to see it on. They're gonna make me stop the damn connectors so they can see the damn thing on the screen. Y'all want to see it on the screen? You know we prove everything, right? Goddamn, I'll just show you real quick, right? Let's look up dog. Okay, dog. We'll pull it up. Any scripture that says dog, we'll just pull it up. Okay. Where is it? Bible notice, blah 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 blah. Go ahead. Let me see. Genesis. Throne, oh God, scepter. Let me see. Did I type in the word dog? Did I type it in? Let me go back. Let me zoom out so I can see what I'm doing. Cause I hate when it's too much. Here we go. Dog. Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. Okay, let's go and Kalab right here. And I told y'all from learning this Hebrew, I could just skim through it and find my word because I know what I'm looking for. This is the word Kalab. I wasn't lying to y'all. I wanted y'all to know that. We wasn't gaming nobody up, right? So I found my word Kalab H3611. Kalab, masculine now. Kalab. Let's keep on going. Kalab, 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 Yah, blah, blah, blah. Kalab is a dog. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Dog, dog, dog. Okay, let's go and click it one over. I'm about to jam this up because I know I always forget which one this is. Kalab, proper name. Is it, where we at? Kalab, let's see if we Kalab Wa. Oh, this is Kalab. All right. Boom, boom, boom. So we got Kalab Wa. Let's go to, where is it? Let's just go to Kalab and let's, dog. All right, here we go. Let's go into the lexicon. Boom. Here we go. Let's pull it up. Will it let me go into the lexicon? Okay. I think this might be it. Caleb, born by the compassion. Boom, 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 boom. Kalab Yah, right? So Kalabah is the female dog. Okay. All right, hold on, wait. That's because I'm in the second zone of it. Here we go. 11. All right. So y'all wanted to see it. Okay, here we go. Read full entry. Okay. Kalab, masculine, a dog, so-called barking if barker. We'll skip down. As a dog is also an unclean, despised animal. So by the way of reproach, anyone is called a dog, a dead dog, a dog's head. Boom. Let's keep going down. Christians are called dogs by something else. Also, because of the shamelessness of dogs, this name is given to such and such, whatever this is. In the Apocrypha 22 and 15, elsewhere, Qadash, right? So shamelessness of dogs is the term because of the shamelessness of a dog. You see it, Quatazah? I got it right here. And it's saying anybody can be called a dog. All right, now I'm scrolling down. I want y'all to see it. Boom, 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 boom. It's right here. Also, because of the shamelessness of dogs, this name is given to Scorda, whatever, Svilla, Apocrypha 22 and 15, or the Apocalypse. I'm not sure if that's what they're trying to say. It's also here Deuteronomy 28 and 23 and 18, and then elsewhere Qadashi, right? So it's the shamelessness of a dog. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, right? No, this is the word kalab. This is the masculine, kalab. So this is the word kalab. The feminine of kalab is kalabah, a dog, a dog, a dog. It's the masculine form of dog.
Okay, so now
go ahead.
So what do you call a 304?
A hoe, she's a harlot. That's the.
No, that's like a something like that.
No. It is Qadash. Is a form of Qadash. I forget. One way to call her a harlot is Qadash. But it's not. There's another way to call her a harlot, which we would probably do.
Right.
Seeing, trying to, you know what I mean?
Right.
But you can call her that as well. All right. Damn, y'all didn't even see what I was doing. I'm on here. I thought I showed y'all what I was doing. All right, so let me go down here, y'all. and just show you. Then we're gonna get back into the lesson. It's right here. Also, because of a shamelessness of dogs, this name is given to Scorta, wherever, right? I don't know if this is the Apocrypha or Apocalypse 22 and 15, Deuteronomy 23 and 18. Okay. And I usually put different scriptures up here too, but that's it. That's dog, the shamelessness of a dog. Okay. Hold on, let me show y'all. Let me show y'all wife. Let me show you the counterpart. Because this is one word that sisters will call you in a hot second. Especially these sisters today, they call you a straight up P-U-S-S-Y, and they don't give nothing. They won't even say, y'all man, they don't care. So you see the word unto his wife, H802, Asha, female. I showed for the women, I'm gonna show for the brothers. This is female, this is woman, this is wife. We're going to go into the full entry. We're going to go down to C, right? C, here it is, Quatazar, biggest day. This is for the PUSSYs that didn't want to come and stand for God. Genesis 29 and 21. C, this is Genesis. So this is the definition. C, as a man is praised for valor, for your strength. Constancy, right? And an intrepid mind, right? So woman is used as a term of reproach to a cowardly man, one who is timid, undecided. He's a female, he's a female, or the female body part, as we would call him today, or just a bitch for a man. So a bitch for a woman is kalabah, bitch for a man is a shot. You just calling him a woman and you just calling her a dog. Today, a slang variation of saying P-U-S-S-Y, you would call him, well, of saying a bitch for a man is calling him a P-U-S-S-Y, and you just call the woman a dog. You got it. Oh, go ahead, Abba.
Undecided, so could it be the same thing for like a double-minded man?
Right, meaning he's timid. Meaning, yeah, his unstable ways, his undecided mind. He's not like a brother. Like, you know how the things that a man would do. If you undecided, you would go to another man to make your decision because you have to decide. You just up and down. That's sort of how women are. Like they do different, things because you trying to give them one way to live and give them counsel, and they just listening to themselves. They hear what you say, they hear what they want. They undecided. You're only going to end up doing what you want to do anyway, which is going to lead you to a terrible life. So the timidness. Let me put it back on the screen for everybody to see. Go ahead.
Basically, they are ordered.
Right, that would be for a woman, but for a man, he's unable to make decisions. He's undecided. He is timid, meaning some type of softness, right? Which you don't want to be. So now, with that being said, and what did it say? What the scripture say about a man that ain't gonna make it into the kingdom? Let's pull that scripture. All right, so we're going to go to the next character. I tried to show y'all almost everything in the character Ba. Somehow we got sidetracked to Kalaba. All right, so if y'all can see here, this says without, right? Go away with, right? It also is used idiomatically in the sense of to bring, to take away, right? To come with, to go away with, right? To come with and to go away with. The character Ba is used as in, act, on, by. And here you go, you got act and by right here. Okay. And this is still all talking about the preposition. We didn't even get to any words yet. This is all just, all of this is just on the preposition. Here it goes. With verbs of taking refuge is used a certain way. Also is used also with certain classes of verbs. Through the explanation of it, its use may be sometimes doubtful, meaning you might not know how it's used, especially with certain verbs, right? You might think it's saying one thing, but it's used in a different way. Why is that? Because of the slang. And what I'm talking about is right here, through the explanation of its use may sometimes be doubtful, meaning you don't understand what it's saying, right? Boom, boom, boom. On now this right here is upon. So that must have still been talking about on. At, by, on or upon. So let's see if it's still saying that. It's still talking about on. Right? This is without, with. So this is talking about with. They might have started going into on previously. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, here it is right here. One of the through on. Okay, so it did start going into it. So this was talking about on, through, really by, at, on, and it was saying through as some of the usages that is used as in the slang, right? So that's pretty much it. And here it is again, what I was saying about through, when it was saying in or through the city. This is some of the usages of it right here. Go ahead, Abad. Yeah, effeminate man. So now here is about to start going into the definitions. That whole thing that we just read all over here and all up on these previous pages was just how it's used as a preposition. So now let's go into the next word, all right, to the next character. The next character is the character da. We have to go to 1086 because the character da is not let's go here, 86, 1086. So this is 1085. The character da is not it's not used. There's a rare usage of the character da at the beginning of a root word, and it's to show demonstration. Is a demonstrative character, right? And it'll say it right here, da or da'a, demonstrative. I believe this was pronoun or this was proper feminine, right? And then it says this. So the character, and this is, and that BH is saying biblical Hebrew. So biblical Hebrew is this, right? It was also, so this is the prominent usage. So da'a, eventually they started using da as a slang, but this is one of the demonstrative ways, like do this, or this one, or this is, right? It's a demonstrative. So it's saying this, it's saying one, striking another to show how it's used as do. Right? The demonstrative or do or it's to show that is doing something, right? To say do this, or which in essence is where you get this from, but to say do. The character da at the beginning of when it's used as a connector at the beginning of a root word is to say do, right? Is to show it's not to say do, it's to show it being done, pretty much, or to say do. All those are slang, but it is a slang way for do, right? It's to show, it's a to either show it being done or to say do this, or just like it says this, right? I'm trying to make sense of it to y'all without it sounding crazy. So if you look at right here where it says, so this one striking another is da'a la da'a nakwashun, right? And it's one striking another, right? But that da'a is to say striking. The la, once we get to the character la, you'll see the usage of the character la, why it's here in front of da'a, right? Or the character da. Go ahead, Abba.
Would that mean to strike?
Yeah, right, to strike. But the character la at the beginning, attached to a root word, it's showing motion towards, to say towards. Like that two would be towards the other. That's why it's saying one striking against another, right? And so you got da'a showing it, showing the striking or the action, right? La meaning towards or against, da'a another, like so it's two people hitting each other. They're swinging against each other, one striking against or towards another, meaning they're swinging at each other like a fight. So I'm trying to make it easy for you to understand, but to show like the demonstrative way, or the way it's trying to say that is used as do or doing, or is showing it being done, right? And like I said, do this, like it's like do this or this being done. And in terms, it became just this. This is, which is why it's a rare usage, right? And here it wasn't attached to any other word. It was just the root used. Go ahead, Abad. You had something else you wanted to say?
So when you use la to a root word as a verb, like towards, like you were saying, like expression.
La is saying to or unto, or of, or on account of. We'll get to la. We'll get to la. We'll get to la. So like speaking in Hebrew, all my sounds is just just sound like I'm saying ta and da, and you know what I mean, with every word. And it's hard to do when you gotta study the Hebrew class, you know, during twice a week. And you constantly speaking it, you go back into your spirit. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just gonna happen sometime. So that's the character da. Now let's get into the character ha, which is the next character, and we are going to go to page, since we up here, where we at? We might as well start up here first. Let's go to 89, 1089. So let's go as 1088, 1089, and 1090. Now ha got a few, so it ain't as much as ba, but it's quite a few on the character ha. I forgot what this one is. I forgot to look this up to see what that abbreviation was, right? It's saying not the Syrian on the vocal, saying not the pronunciation of the Syrian. Art thou. So the character ha, when it's used at the beginning of a sentence, y'all see these question marks right here and right here. The character ha, when it's used at the beginning of a sentence, is sometimes used to form a question, to ask a question, right? Or to say something where it's sort of no response to it. It's like you saying it like didn't you? You know what I mean? It's like an open-ended thing where that's why it says, art thou? Like, aren't you? Like, or what we say today in the hood, we say, ain't you? Like, you know what I mean? Like telling you something, ain't you? Ain't you? You know what I mean? You keep on saying it. That's ha at the beginning, or what we're about to get into, ha-ah, right? Or this right here is saying none, like you're asking the question like nothing, like you ain't got, you know, or can he? Like in that Israelite attitude, like can he do it for real? Can he? So that is asking a question, but it's going to go into ha-ah up here. But go ahead, Ibad. I know you was trying to say something.
So is it like a rhetorical question?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But it's not just a rhetorical question, because it's hold on, my daughter called me real quick. Hey, shalom, princess. I'm teaching the class, all right? Yeah, what's up? What's up, baby girl? I'm teaching the class, okay? All right, shalom. But yeah, so it's saying it's not just a rhetorical question, but an actual question. Use ha to form a question. Like you can actually ask a question. That's what it's for. All right, so ha is the demonstrative part. It says low particle. This is particle. The demonstrative particle. I forgot what Esau tries to say about all that, the particle and the participle and all that garbage. So ha is low, behold, right? Is a way to say, which we're gonna get into in a second. It's like saying, aha, I got it. Lo, behold, look. You know, well, not really so much as look, but like lo, like aha, or you know, saying behold. Like it'll grab the attention. Go ahead. It's a demonstrative. Go ahead.
For the ancient Hebrew, isn't that the character? That simple meaning when you like the whole.
With the character ha, yes, that's exactly right. Behold, he's saying aha, there it is. Like, or behold, you know, that's perfect. That's perfect, just like it is with the character. The waterfall. Give my body hand on that one. I almost forgot all about that. I think I might do that next week, show where these characters came from. Because you do, I don't know if y'all know this, right? Let me bring myself up on the screen. These characters in our language in the ancient Hebrew, the way the words are formed, me and Officer Azahab was looking at it, and it was like, I see why they put these words together. It's like, I see how he formed these words by these characters. It's like behold, and then you got so let me show you. Let's go around to the board. Can we turn this camera very quickly? I'm gonna try to turn this this light around here, right here to it. Go ahead.
Are you trying to say like the meaning of the characters?
Forms the word.
Form the word itself?
Yeah, so now this is still under review, right? But just wanted to show you what I was trying to say. So what we was looking up was, this is the character ha in ancient Hebrew, right? Which is like saying behold. It's a person saying look, right? Like behold, look, like look at it. But if you notice what it has up here on the screen, that ha, right? This right here is a cattle with its head shaking to the side. Because a cattle, right? You got the horns. Now my drawing is terrible, y'all. And you got the ears, right? And you got the face of the cattle. So when it's shaking its head to the side, now it's to the side with the horns, right? And then the ears, and then face of the cattle. He's shaking his head to the side. And you saying, look at it, behold, look. When he starts shaking that head, you're like, yeah, can get real, depending on when he's shaking his head for you. Could be saying, listen, behold, look, I got cattle. Behold, the cattle, behold, food. Or look, it's my strongest ox. You know, that's what he's saying. And that is the character, right? Reading about the word, which is like saying, right? And in the Assyrian Hebrew, this is what it is right here. That's how you do it right there. All right? So with that being said, that's how that. So now, like I said, all of this is still under review. Me and Priest Officer how we're just looking at it and just saying, but I believe General Q had mentioned something about this before, but I know it was a while ago, but I know we looked at it. I know we talked about it, but I was saying I was thinking the exact same thing that Officer Hazard was thinking, and we ended up saying it, but it's still under review. We ain't pushing it or nothing, but that was a good example of what I would think it would mean. You know what I mean? Like, look, and you showing the cattle, like, behold, Go ahead, Abba. I was saying that the behold, and the is the cat. You know, the character is the cattle with his head to the side. You saying, look, when an ox or a bull starts shaking his head, it can either just be shaking it, like, you know how they blow out the little breath and they shake their head and wag their tail. You could just be saying, look, I got cattle. You know what I mean? Like this is my best ox. Or you could say, behold, just like how they take the red cloth and all that, and the cattle when the cattle was hyped, but still you could be saying, like, look, like this is my strongest bull, or you know, say you hungry and you go grab, you know, you got cattle. You like, look, you see this one? We eating him tonight. It's a special occasion. Get the wine. You know what I mean? So with that being said, like I said, we still working on it, but it's sort of, there's a lot of words that make sense like that. But I'm just saying, we still working on it. I just figured, you know what I mean, we show it a little bit. But all right. So now you get what it's saying right here. So now let's go over to I want to read a little bit of this. It says prefixed idiom to ka for greater definiteness, right? Literally, behold like, right? Behold like, because remember, ka is as or like at the beginning of a root word. All right. So now let me skip down a little bit. All right, now let's go down to. All right, so I want y'all to see something. So right here, the you see how it says how is asking questions. It's the form of question. Okay, that character at the beginning of a sentence, right, or at the beginning of a statement could be used just like that, right? That was one of the usages. So let's go to 206. Let's go to 206. Where we at with it? Boom. 206. Let's get a little bit more into the character All right, where is it? Boom. Let's slide over Da. Still at Da. Character is going to start right here, down here at the bottom. So the character is the fifth letter. It's the number 5, right? As we use it as the number 5. Post-biblical Hebrew, no evidence of usage in Old Testament times, but we use it as the number 5, right? Because, of course, language evolved. Now, if I go up here, not up, but over here. It says, on the use of these different forms, see the grammars, right? It says definite article. It goes into all that definite article. So now let's go. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Where do we want? 1A, join with substantives. A, to mark a definite concrete object. right? Now, sort of that. So I forget what they was trying to say about. I looked some of it up, right, about what they mean as the definite, because Esau, and the way they did certain things and the way they categorize our slang, it's not the way we would categorize it, of course. It's not the way we would make sense of it. It's just the way that they would make sense of it. It says B with an adjective to denote one who exhibits a quality, i.e., to express the comparative. I forget what all them little abbreviations are, right? Boom, boom, boom. Let me see. Let me go down to boom, 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 boom. Let me see. All right, so right now it's talking about it being used as a definite because there's so much on this. It's 4 pages on the character ha, right? So right now they're still on the definiteness or the way they classify our slang, right? Let me see. So if you see right here where it says that have passed by, like a hind that longeth for streams, the word hahawa'a is that, right? It is the word that, hahawa'a. And it's saying that, talking about the character ha, and how in certain usages it was used to say that, or which is why they're comparing it to ashar. The word ashar is that or which, but in certain usages is used to say that. Okay, because remember our language is slang, so the words mean more than one thing, right? Now hold on, I got a few more pages. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let me go down a little bit more so I can get to y'all what we normally use. Okay, boom, boom, boom. So this is all still the indirect. Where we at? 210. Okay, boom, boom, boom. We at 209. All right. And then it went. So, all right. So this is one of the things I was telling you about ha'ak. Like ha'ak is like aha, right? How you would say aha is ha'ak. Okay. This is now this is an actual word. Aha, I am warm, right? Aha, so we have it. Okay. And it's saying literally our desire, aha, so we have it, right? Is an expression. All right. I just wanted to go a little bit into that since I have it right here. It's so much of this on this character, ha, on the direct and indirect. They just breaking down the different ways it's used. Okay. Go ahead, Abad. I see your hand up.
So actually means
Aha, right. It will be the translation today, or ha'ak. All right. Now I want to go up and get. So the word ha is just the or of. All right, here we go. I found one of the things. Of the strangers, right? The serpents, which is what we know it as. Now all the indefinite and indirect that's just the way they classify the slang. But the way they do it is not how we would have done it, right? And they were in a different time period. So this says the serpents. This says of the strangers, all the daughters. So ha is the or of. That's the main usage of the character. Ha is the or of. Now it has so many other ways for it to be used. Like I said, to form a question, or rhetorical question or a regular question, right? You can also use ha as that, but if you ever see ha just used on certain words where it's not saying the at all, is because of some type of what they call the definiteness. Now, remember this. All this that they're trying to explain, remember, some of that definiteness and indefinite and all that particle and participle that they're trying to say is what we say. The words have to match in number and in gender and in the proper grammar form, So if you're using it as whatever they would call as indirect, it would be placed at the beginning of whatever the verb or the noun that's being used as indirect in that same sentence or verse or statement, right? Or if it was used as direct, or if it was used in a different meaning, it would match. So they did all that, and I'm just telling you the easy way. It has to match in number and in gender, and it has to match the proper grammar form, right? You know, the way it's being said. All right. So go ahead, Abad.
So Christ on the scene, was they writing in ancient Hebrew?
They was doing both. They was doing ancient Hebrew because why? Ancient Hebrew is our language. But the universal is what? It would have been the Assyrian. So just think of it as somebody that speaks French. I believe French have the same alphabetical letters, or Spanish has the same alphabetical letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But they're going to type in on their phone a Spanish word and use the A, B, C, D, E the way it fits in the Spanish words. But when it comes to English, they're also going to use A, B, C, D, E to speak it in English. So just think about it like that. We will be writing in our own language and in the Assyrian. Depending on what you got to do, you'll write in the Assyrian. You at home, you talking to other Israelites, you'll write in the ancient. Just look at it that way. That's how I would look at it. But once again, it's used as of or the. All right. That's the main usage of it. I just want to put it right back up on the board, on the screen. All right. So next, I'm gonna try to get this, try to get one more in, the character wa. Now the character wa. Now ba and ha, had 7 pages on it being a beginning connector, right? The character ba, I believe, had like 6. It had like 6 pages on it. And the character ha had 2 more. It had 7 or 8 pages altogether, and the character ba had about 15 almost. I would say about a good 12 strong pages on it, just being a preposition. So we're gonna go to the character wa, which is on page 251. So let's go to 251, which is not too far from here. 250. Let's go to 251. The character wa. Now, it's only about 6 actual words for the character ha. I just want y'all to know that. It's only about 6 words or 7 words that begin with the character wa in the beginning of it. And y'all about to see it. All right, so the character wa is the 6th letter in the alphabet, the number 6, in the number form. It says no evidence of this usage in Old Testament times, but of course, as it evolved, it was used as that. All right. Wa is a demonstrative adverb and conjunction. It's used as so, then, and what else? And. So, then, and, notwithstanding, but, at, by, on, nevertheless, therefore, moreover. It's used as all those words because we say and a ton, but by the time the language evolved, you had all these other old quicker English words that you could have used to put there. Now we don't say moreover and therefore and all that. Well, we do say therefore and moreover, but we don't say notwithstanding and nevertheless and now herefore too. That's an actual word. Now herefore too. That's you know, that sounds like you're going to court. Like you're in a custody battle. Now here for it too, the you know, the evidence notwithstanding and all that craziness. So I just wanted to show a little bit of why, if I can find it. So the first usage of it is and is also used connecting both words, right? So go ahead, Abba. Oh, he wasn't. I thought he was asking a question. Okay. So you see, and let me give you some more. It was so much, it was hard to find. Some told me to mark the exact pages that I wanted because I had to read through all of this to show y'all what I'm trying to show you now in the class. So and saying and go ahead, Abba. Yes, this is the Hebrew to English. This is the lexicon of the Hebrew and English lexicon of the Old Testament. That's the book we in now. The Hebrew and I can come back to 252. And I'll show it up on the screen right here. It was on what page? One of these pages. Let me go all the way back. So this is the cover of the book. All right, this is the Oxford, which I'm about to show. Oh, wait, it's locked here, y'all. I'm probably going past it. Dang, I gotta zoom out. Okay, so this is the Oxford Hebrew and English lexicon of the Old Testament. So we're reading a lexicon where I had to go and show you the Asha and all that. That was in the lexicon. In English, a Hebrew and English lexicon of the Old Testament. But this is the exact one that General Q gave me, the Oxford Hebrew and English lexicon of the Old Testament, Oxford University Press. All right, this is the PDF of that book. All right, so we'll come back to page 251. And Y has it only got a few actual words that begin with the character Y. So it's a demonstrative. It says, oh damn, I was trying to zoom in. I keep doing that. It says when it forms with the preceding word a pair, whether of parallel or opposite, right, ideas, and it comes down to say, oh, my bad. It was saying it over here. It was saying and both. Hold on, let me go. It says, but that it had possessed a demonstrative force, right, which is often perceptible as such, though in other cases form its being applied to denote mere, I don't even know what this was saying, juxtaposition. Okay, help me with that. All right, I don't know what the hell they trying to say until it gets down to, I don't know what they was trying to say is right here, right? It says, and often more fully gives you the scriptures, also with a conjunction accent, right? And it gives you the scriptures. It says, wa is used very freely and widely in Hebrew, but also with much delicacy to express relations and shades of meaning which Western languages would usually indicate by distinct particles, right? So if we go here to Google, we're just going to type in distinct particles, right? And y'all can't see it, but I'm going to pull it up on the board. Distinct particles in English, right? In the English language, let's let it come up. Let's share the tab. In English grammar, distinct particles are words that don't fit neatly into standard parts of speech, noun, verb, adjectives, etc., but play a grammatical role. Now it's going to give us some examples, like up, in, look up, to, and then infinite verbs or not for negation, for the negative. Right? Like look up or knock out. Okay. Grammatical particles include Salakia. This off the screen. Grammatical particles include infinitive marker to eat, right? Particles like do. Okay, so this is another good one, right? You got now, because a lot of times in the Bible where it'll say now, it won't use the word for now, right? It'll just say now, and it'll have y at the beginning of the word. Let's see if we can go into the blue letter, and let's see if we can find the word now, and let's see if we can find it with the character y at the beginning before we close out the class. This is now bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. This is Genesis 2:23. And Adam said, now this is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. So this is when he got ribbed up, Quatazah. he went and got ribbed up. Okay, so wa at the beginning of the root word, wa ya amar. It says and, right? It says and. So we see that, and Adam said, this is, all right, so this got the character ha right here. This one has ha pa'ain. So let's go to another one, and let's see if we can find now. So let's go to Genesis 3:1. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, have God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. So this might have a ha right here at the beginning of that second part of the statement, right? But we're not looking for that. We just looking for now and see if we can find now. Oh, all right, hold on. Let's go back up to the top. It's a lock here. Here we go. It says, now the serpent. Wa, now, ha, the nakash, serpent. Let's click on it. Oh, damn, it's a lock. I did not mean to do that. I meant to click on it up here. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast, y'all. We sort of at the end of the class. So you got the character wa. Character wa is the common, which is the conjunction. Is the conjunction and, right? The Hebrew conjunction. And let's see what a conjunction is. And, or, but, and, for. Here it is right here. You got it right here. You can see it. That's the conjunction. Okay. Then you have the character ha, which had 1,000 pages to the meaning right along with the character ba. The character ha is the particle definite article. Okay, which when we click on it, the part of the speech is particles are auxiliary words that do not fit neatly into any specific grammatical category, right? Which we just went over, right? And that would be the. It's saying all that to say that ha is the. That's all it's saying. The character ha is the. And the serpent. Now the serpent. And the serpent, now the serpent. Now let's see if we can prove one more thing. Let's see if the part of the speech where he said, yea, have God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Let's see if he's asking her a question. So let's go down to yea. And said unto the woman, Amar, so he didn't use it there. So he didn't use it there at the beginning. And so he didn't use it there to form the question. Hold on, boom, boom, boom. So he didn't use it there. But he didn't use it. It wasn't used there to form the question, all right? But that's all I can show you for right now because we got to wrap up the class. But he did actually use it for that specific question. Okay. So now, with that being said, y'all, I tried to show y'all the characters that some of the beginning characters that's used as connectors, right? Beginning connectors. We stopped at wa. We got ya, ka, la, ma, na, sha, and tha left, which we're gonna get at the beginning of next week, and then we're gonna take a quiz next week. All right. So next week for class, I'm gonna have the link. I'm gonna post the link, or I'm gonna post the link before the class. So I'm gonna post the link. I'm gonna try to have the link before class posted, so y'all can already come into class because we're gonna do the quiz on the connectors. All right, we did last week, we did this week, and we're gonna do the middle of next week. So a whole hour of finishing ya, ka, la, ma, na, sha, and tha. So we're gonna do all the way to the middle of next week. Now, after we do that, we're gonna do the quiz on the beginning connectors. Listen, you can study. You can study this one, you can study the last one, all right? But just remember, stick to the main usages of the words. And I'll tell it to you right now, so we already at the end of the class, you know it's at the end, right? So the I at the beginning of a root word is I or I am. Ba, Salaki, not at the beginning of a root word, when it's attached to the beginning of a root word. When it's attached to the beginning of a root word is I or I am. Ba, when it's attached to the beginning of a root word, is in, at, by, on, or with. So you ain't got to worry about all the other usages. Just stick with these. They're all variations of these words. In, at, by, on, or with. As ba at the beginning of a root word. The character da at the beginning of a root word is to say do. It's to show. The demonstrative is to say do, right? Or doing or do. Just you stick with do because it's a rare usage anyway. All right. The character ha, when it's used at the beginning of a root word, is of. What's a lock it? When it's attached to a root word. The character ha, when it's attached to a root word, to the at the beginning of a root word, it's the or of. The character wa, when it's attached to the beginning of a root word, it's used as and, but, notwithstanding, therefore, and moreover. Okay? All right, let's take away some of the notwithstandings and all that. That's old quick English. Just do and, but, now, therefore. I'll make it a little bit easier. And, but, now, therefore. All right? Because therefore is notwithstanding. Therefore is moreover. Therefore is now herefore too. So let's stick with therefore. And, but, now, and therefore. All right. With that being said, Anyakwatazi Yan Mara, Ma Awarka, Kaya Hayawam Salaki. Abai, you had a question? When somebody says Mashalamka is how is your peace? Right? You say, you know it. La, you don't know it.
I know the Bible. He said it to me, was it Tuesday?
Yeah. Good.
I believe is it Shalomka?
Shalom, Mashalamka is what he's asking you. What do you say back?
It's not. That's not. Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. Shalom.
No, Shalom Yah.
So Shalom Yah. Okay.
Shalom Yah Tawab. You say Ma Shalomka.
Right.
How's your peace? You say Shalom Yah Tawab. My peace is good. All right. With that being said, Anyakwatazi Yan Mara, Ma Warka Kaya Hayawam, Anya I will barakatha, Al Kahan Wakwatazayan, Kwantazakura, Pavada Shalom. I'm Priest and Officer Mariah, teacher for the day. I'm passing the class over to Priest and Officer Kwantazakura. Thank you, peace.
Case on 1 West on 25th Street, home road. The man in Julia, new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into school, they're all for 6 months. They are saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must be permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. These 10 to the Hebrew, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the treasury department. Priest fund, free will offering for priests not mandatory. Any amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. We are currently in the feast of first fruits. Started after the Sabbath of the unleavened bread. April 20th, you understand? We're going to count the 50 days and we're going to celebrate the 50th day. You understand? Sunday, June 8th. We have to start before sundown. If you want to read on it from Leviticus chapter 23, verse 10, and read down to 22. For my occupant, I'm out to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, blue shirt, pants, headband, and scarf, with that of modules, and Sar Palaha Padam. Means turn the face to the east.
Sorry, what? Allah.
Yeah,
You said it, but you got to bring out the what.
Yeah, down the top. All right, we're going to send the praise up to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah.
Rabbanawa.
Rabbanawa.
Bayasharal.
Bayasharal.
Mahabaya.
Abayah.
Party.
Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shah.
Bless us. And this work. And the school. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
All right, sorry, let's turn back. All right, this is the men of Israel. We'll get the brothers on courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madu Shabbat. Madu. Rock.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Rakathon.
Yahweh Sorry, we're going to fix the system. All right. We'll get the system on courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madu Shabbat. Madu. Rock.
Yahweh Shemar Rakathon Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah. Hands down.
Sign Christ.